You're listening to the Flow Friday Sports Show here on Flow FM, and it's time to get across the Hume Netball action with our correspondent Carla Fletcher, who's our resident expert on all things Hume Netball. Carla, no games last weekend, but you're back on the line, and there's a lot to look forward to this weekend. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm well, thanks, Ellis. And you?
Yeah, not doing too badly at all, thank you, Carla. And like I say, no games to talk about because we did that last week and the bye round happened, so that's all done and dusted. Just tell us how you got on without any netball on throughout the weekend last time out.
Oh, I had a bit of a family trip to Canberra for the weekend, so enjoyed some of the sights of Canberra and spending time with my sisters and my daughter, so that was really nice. So, and I hope everyone else had a really good break too.
Oh, I hope you weren't spending $10 for a coffee wherever you went there, because it seems like that's the thing to do in Canberra these days, Carla. Let's talk netball though. Now, before we get into all of it, let's just focus in on a few things. So the interleague game, Carla, we've been holding this one off for some weeks. Why don't you just bring us in on this one?
Yeah, look, we had a great day at Laguna. We had a interleague clash against Culcairn and District Netball Association a few weeks ago. And we came away with 2 out of the 4 games having wins. So that was fantastic for everyone who played that day. And a big thank you to everyone for the weekend, all the players, parents, spectators, umpires and our coaches and all the committee, and especially to Simone from Culcairn District and our Hume Interleague coordinator Amy for putting together such a fantastic day. It's great for everyone to get out there and play some different opposition and just see how we match up against different leagues.
Now, you've got a juniors update for us too, Carla.
Yeah, look, what's been really impressive over the first part of the season is some of the up-and-coming juniors we've got, and they're making a really huge impact in their clubs, senior grades this year. So it's really nice. There's a number of girls, and I really don't want to mention their names because I'd hate to leave one of them out. But the young players, they're really playing consistently. They're really doing well, and they're holding their own, and it's great to see. We look forward to them, just moving forward and adding some, interest into the league and the classes.
All right, now before we take a look at previewing the upcoming round tomorrow, Carla, let's just check the ladder out. So Osborne in first place, Gingera second, Howlong third, Billabong Crows fourth, Holbrook fifth, Culcairn sixth, BB Saints, Brocklesby Burrumbuttock Saints in seventh, CDHBU Girls in eighth. Occupying ninth place, the Murray Magpies, the Giants in 10th, Lockhart 11th, and at the foot of the ladder, unfortunately, with no points accumulated, is the Henty side. So I guess the main talking points, Carla, firstly, are Gingera able to break the stronghold that Osborne have on the league? Who of these surprise packets can scramble something together to make it into that final series? And which of these sides towards the bottom can potentially have a really strong second half of the season? Your thoughts?
I think there's BB Saints sitting there just out of the top 6 and CDHBU. Just depending on who they've got coming up in the next few weeks, they potentially could break into the top 6. But I think, if those teams in the top 6 keep holding their own, which I think they're quite capable of doing, we've seen some great improvement from the likes of Holbrook this season, sitting in 5th position, and also Culcairn, who have snuck back up and, they've had, a full contingent of players in the last few games, so they're doing really well. But, that 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th position, anyone could sneak in depending on who they've got coming up against them.
Yeah, that's certainly the way it seems, Carla. All right, well, tomorrow's round 12 games. Let's take a look at it. Howlong, they've got a huge game. They're hosting Osborne. How do they go about this one, Carla? I mean, they're certainly not the worst side in the league by any stretch, and you would think at home they might want to muster up some form of, positive tactics. So do you give them a chance at all?
Well, look, I do. They'll be using their win that they had against Osborne last year, basically about the same time. and they came away with a few goal win. But look, I think the game's going to be really won. There's going to be a huge battle in the mid-court. That's where some of the turnovers will happen, and both teams are really strong in the goal circle and really strong in defending as well. So Jess Lane, for how long their goal attack, she's going to be, one to watch. She's pretty spot on with her shooting, but I'm sure Sally Hunter and Cypress Clay, they'll be doing everything they can, to stop the ball from getting into the circle. But I think this one, it's a close one. Osborne might just take it, but I think it's going to be very close all game. But they're going to have to capitalise on every single mistake by either team.
With full respects paid to the Henty girls, it appears as though it's going to be a very good opportunity tomorrow for Culcairn to accumulate some more points, Carla.
Yeah, look, I think Culcairn, they're starting to hit their straps at the right end of the season. Hopefully they've got a full list together this week as well. But, the Henty girls will make them work for it. It's difficult being on the bottom of the ladder, but, they're going out there every week. They're giving it their all, and they're trying to make teams, really work for their wins. But I think Olivia Brunner, she'll be one to watch on the weekend. She's been playing some consistent netball for the Lions in the goal circle. So I think Culcairn will, they're really keen to keep that spot in the top six. So I think they'll take the points.
Now, for me, the potential upset this weekend is really in the game between Gindera and Holbrook. You would think that Holbrook might be licking their lips because Gindera are beatable. Carla, I don't think too many will disagree with that view. What do you reckon?
Yeah, look, this is another big clash. Gindera sitting second and Holbrook, really improved this season. They're in fifth position. But look, I think it'll just depend on Gindera's lineup this weekend. They've been working really hard. Gindera have a lot of depth. So I'm, hoping that all their players are back on the court this weekend. But I still think Gindera, they've got a lot of experience in the mid-court, and the Vogel girls, they'll do a little bit of damage, and hopefully their shooters are back, and they'll be on target to, take on charge for the remainder of the season. So I'm going with Gindera.
All right, moving along and talking about Murray Magpies in their game against Lockhart. Which way does this one go for you?
Yeah, look, both teams, Magpies are 9th and Lockhart are 11th. Both teams will be looking to play a full 4 quarters of netball. I think it's going to be an interesting game, with the accuracy in the goal circle is going to be the key for both teams. Otherwise, they're pretty evenly matched across the court. This is a difficult one to pick, but I'm going to go Lockhart this weekend. They're really trying hard. They're working for a win, but I would never underestimate the Magpies, especially at their home ground.
There we have it. All right, Billabong Crows up against the Brocklesby Burrumbuttock Saints. Who's your tip here?
Yeah, I think both teams, they'll need to start really strong and once again play 4 consistent quarters of netball. But, the Crows have got a lot of experience and they've been playing some really nice netball over the last few weeks. But, I was really quite impressed when I saw BB Saints play a few weeks ago. So it's going to be an interesting game, but I think Crows will want to cement their place in the top 6. So I'm going to give them the 4 points this weekend.
Last game to discuss, CDHBU v Giants. Who do you like here?
Yeah, look, I think even though the Giants haven't won too many games, they've really taken it to some of the top sides and only going down by, narrow margins. So I think they will have a strong finish over the last part of the season, but the CDHBU team, they've got some great young players who are really stepping up and working hard for their teams, but I think Giants in a close one.
Carla Fletcher, our resident expert on all things Hume Netball. Carla, enjoy your last week outside of the classroom. We'll speak to you next week and enjoy the netball tomorrow.
Thanks.